The chairs were almost stacked away. Only 3 more tables occupied, coffee cooling nice and slow. The barista wiped the counter to the rhythm of the radio. Outside, evening leaned on storefronts. Street lights gathered one by one. Nobody inside was rushing, like the day had just begun. Some places know how to hold the moment just a little longer before goodbye. Almost closing time, nobody has to leave. Almost closing time, stay another song. Almost closing time. This feels just right. Someone closed a weathered notebook, someone folded up the news. A quiet laugh across the room found a reason not to move. One last cup was slowly poured, steam rose into golden light. Funny how an ordinary cafe can make an ordinary night. Didn't come looking for a memory, but somehow I'm taking one home. Almost closing time, nobody has to leave. Almost closing time, stay another song. Almost closing time. This feels just right. Tomorrow, these tables will fill again with different stories and the very same one. Almost closing time, nobody has to leave. Almost closing time, carry this feeling home. Almost closing time, see you here again. Some evenings deserve one more minute. Someone started singing upstairs. Didn't know the words they carried, didn't need to sing along. Open balcony at sunset turned the evening into song. Plants were reaching toward the skyline, laundry dancing in the breeze. Neighborhood lights slowly awaken with an easy kind of peace. Every home has its own music. Sometimes it escapes into the street. Balcony melody floating through the air. Balcony melody, everybody hears. Balcony melody, stay with me tonight. Kids were riding home on bikes. bicycles, windows open one by one. Someone clapped from down the sidewalk just because the song was fun. No big stage, no bright spotlight, only voices meeting light. Funny how the smallest concert made the evening feel alive. Didn't need a ticket or a crowd, just one voice finding another. Balcony melody floating through the air. Balcony melody, everybody hears. Balcony melody, stay with me tonight. The best performances don't always fill a room. Sometimes they simply fill a neighborhood. Balcony melody floating through the air. Balcony melody, carry me back home. Balcony melody, sing tomorrow too. The street remembered every note. A bicycle bell rang before my alarm did. Curtains catching early sunshine, windows breathing summer air. Someone riding past the corner like the day was already there. Fresh bread cooling in the bakery, garden flowers waving slow. Every little sound around me seemed to know where I should go. Maybe mornings write their own music long before we press play. Bicycle bell morning, rolling through the day. Bicycle bell morning, everything's away. Bicycle bell morning, ring a little longer. A crosswalk filling up with faces, friendly nods and easy smiles. Coffee cups and canvas backpacks moving at their own sweet style. Didn't need another reason to believe the day was good. Sometimes all it really takes is hearing something understood. Funny how one little sound can open up the whole morning. Bicycle bell morning, rolling through the day. Bicycle bell morning, everything's away. Bicycle bell morning, ring a little longer. Tomorrow brings another sunrise. I hope it finds the same old street. Bicycle bell morning, rolling through the day. Bicycle bell morning, carry me along. Bicycle bell morning, see you once again. The street woke up smiling.
Someone opened the blinds for the whole room. Morning found the wooden tables, half-filled cups and sleepy eyes. Golden light across the notebook like a quiet little prize. The cafe played an old familiar groove that drifted through the air. People smile without noticing, they were smiling everywhere. Some good things don't belong to anyone, they're simply waiting to be shared. Borrowed sunshine passing through the day. Borrowed sunshine bright enough for everyone. Borrowed sunshine, carry it along. A stranger held the door behind me. Someone offered up a chair. Tiny gestures stitched together made the whole room lighter there. Finished writing one more page without trying quite so hard. Amazing what a little kindness can quietly restore. Nothing fancy, nothing planned, just enough warmth to understand. Borrowed sunshine passing through the day. Borrowed sunshine bright enough for everyone. Borrowed sunshine, carry it along. Maybe happiness never stays in one place. Maybe it keeps moving from one heart to the next. Borrowed sunshine passing through the day. Borrowed sunshine, leave a little behind. Borrowed sunshine, we'll meet again tomorrow. Someone else will need this light. I found a coin I forgot I had. Jacket hanging by the doorway, cool enough for early fall. Reached inside the little pocket, found a tiny piece of luck. Bought a coffee at the corner, kept the change inside my hand. Funny how a simple moment can become a better plan. Maybe joy doesn't cost much. Maybe it arrives already in your pocket. Change in my pocket, more than just a coin. Change in my pocket, little everyday luck. Change in my pocket.
picked a single yellow bloom, placed it on the kitchen windowsill, brightened up the room. The afternoon kept moving, meetings came and went. Still that tiny act of kindness stayed where the flower went. Funny how the smallest choices leave the biggest piece of peace. Changing my pocket, more than just a coin. Changing my pocket, little everyday luck. Changing my pocket, enough for today. Fortune isn't always something big to find. Sometimes it's remembering how little makes you smile. Changing my pocket, more than just a coin. Changing my pocket, carry it along. Changing my pocket, I'll spend it on tomorrow. Some treasures make no sound.
How the corner store always feels different before the city's fully awake. And paper cup warm in both my hands, morning paper on the little rack. Same old bell above the door, same smile waiting at the counter. Street lights fading one by one, someone walking yesterday's dog. Fresh bread cooling by the window, nothing trying to be extraordinary. Maybe that's the secret, maybe that's just a place that knows your name. Corner store sunrise, everything feels light here. Corner store sunrise, the day begins without a rush. Corner store sunrise, that's all I really need. Coffee breathing through the Airbus door, sighing down the block. Someone humming to themselves like the world forgot to hurry. Tiny moments stacking up, quiet victories before night. Funny how the ordinary turns into something you can keep. Didn't plan to notice, didn't mean to stay, but the smallest little pause can quietly change the day. Corner store sunrise, everything feels lighter here. Corner store sunrise, the day begins without a rush. Corner store sunrise, that's all I really need. Tomorrow someone else will stand right where I stand, holding hope inside a paper cup without even calling it home. Corner store sunrise, everything feels lighter here. Corner store sunrise, the world can wait a little while. Corner store sunrise, carry that feeling home. See you here tomorrow morning. We both smiled before the door is open. Monday wearing polished shoes, coffee balanced in one hand. Morning news still half remembered, quiet plans already made. Numbers glowing over buttons, soft reflections on the glass. Funny how a tiny moment can slow the whole world down. Nobody said a single word, still somehow it meant enough. Elevator smile, carry it upstairs. Elevator smile, follow me all day. Elevator smile, simple as hello. Later by the office window, rain arrived without a sound. Someone left fresh cookies waiting in the little break room tray. Emails kept on coming, meetings filled the afternoon, but that tiny bit of kindness stayed longer than I knew. Maybe goodness travels quietly, one small moment at a time. Elevator smile, carry it upstairs. Elevator smile, follow me all day. Elevator smile, simple as hello. Nobody remembers every busy hour, but everyone remembers how they felt inside one.
upstairs. Elevator smile, brighter than the morning. Elevator smile, take it back home. Kindness always finds the next floor.
I miss my turn on purpose. Same old road every weekday, same red light near the park. Today I kept on driving just to see where morning went. Little bookstore by the station, fresh flowers on the corner stand. Street musician tuning softly, like he knew I'd understand. Sometimes the long way knows something the short way never could. Favorite detour, worth every mile. Favorite detour, slow enough to see. Favorite detour, take me there again. Found a bench beside the river, watch the sunlight skip the waves. Someone reading to their daughter, someone teaching dreams to skate. Nothing waiting, couldn't wait, nothing lost by taking time. Funny how an extra block can straighten out your mind. Didn't leave to get somewhere, just wanted to stay awake. Favorite detour, worth every mile. Favorite detour, slow enough to see. Favorite detour, take me there again. The map can't measure what the heart collects. Some places only matter because you almost missed them. Favorite detour, worth every mile. Favorite detour, every road feels new. Favorite detour, I'll choose you again. Tomorrow might have another beautiful wrong turn. The coffee tasted quieter today. Morning settled on the windows, like it had nowhere to be. Steam was drawing little stories, only sunlight seemed to read. Bird song reached the second floor, soft enough to miss at first. Funny how the smallest soundtrack always seems to find me first. Maybe calm doesn't fill the room. Maybe it simply clears the noise. First sip, silence, everything slows down. First sip, silence, nothing else is missing. First sip, silence, hold this moment close.
paper stayed unopened. Messages could wait a while. Someone laughed across the courtyard without trying to be loud. My favorite chair remembered exactly how I leaned. Funny how familiar places know what quiet means. Didn't chase another morning. This one found its own rhythm. First sip, silence, everything slows down. First sip, silence, nothing else is missing. First sip, silence, hold this moment close. One peaceful beginning can soften every hour. Long before the busy world arrives. First sip, silence, everything slows down. First sip, silence, carry through the day. First sip, silence, meet me here again. Tomorrow starts with this again.
The morning wasn't asking me to hurry. Sunlight resting on the countertop, steam rising from my favorite mug, playlist humming through the apartment like I knew I needed first. The newspaper stayed folded, the phone could wait its turn. Some mornings teach you quietly that not everything has to be earned. Maybe time
It's kinder than we think when we stop trying to outrun it.
5 more minutes, that's all I need. 5 more minutes
Before the world begins,
5 more minutes.
feels like everything. Neighbor walking with her old dog, every step at the perfect pace. Someone opening the flower shop, another familiar face. Nothing happened with the headlines, nothing changed the course of time. Still the whole street somehow felt exactly right. Funny how the smallest pause can leave enough light for the whole day. 5 more minutes, that's all I need. 5 more minutes before the world begins. 5 more minutes, feels like everything.
the fastest lane. Windows down and easy music, keeping company again. People crossing with their coffee, cyclists gliding through the trees. Even traffic found a rhythm, moving with the morning breeze. Maybe luck looks a little like this. Nothing perfect, everything in place. Green light mood, rolling with the day. Green light mood, everything feels easy. Green light mood, don't rush away. Past the park beside the river, saw a painter by the wall. Someone laughing from a balcony echoed down the boulevard. Coffee waiting at the office didn't seem so far away. Funny how a simple drive can brighten up a day. Didn't need a destination, just enough road to clear my mind. The green light mood, rolling with the day. Green light mood, everything feels easy. Yeah, green light mood, don't rush away. Not every journey needs a postcard view. Sometimes the best scenery is simply feeling new. Green light mood, rolling with the day. Green light mood, I'll keep this feeling. Green light mood, all the way home. Maybe tomorrow every light will smile again. I wasn't in a hurry anymore. Crossed the bridge without noticing how the river caught the light. Traffic moving like a heartbeat, soft and steady through the night. Past the bakery still open, smell tomorrow in the bread. Someone smiled without a reason, I smiled right back instead. Somewhere between work and home, the day became something beautiful. Halfway home, that's where I found it. Halfway home, nothing needed fixing. Halfway home, the world slowed down. Street musicians near the corner played to whoever stayed. Children chasing the fading shadows, parents laughing as they waved. Every window held a story, every doorway held a light. Funny how the walk gets shorter when your heart feels light. Maybe happiness lies between destinations, waiting quietly
tables walk.
I made it home before the sun did. Keys were waiting in my pocket, shoes beside the wooden door. Golden light across the hallway like I'd never noticed before. Radio played from the kitchen, someone cooking down the street. Open windows carry laughter mixed with summer evening breeze. Summer arrivals need no celebration, and being home is already enough. Home before sunset, nothing left to chase. Home before sunset, leave the day outside. Everything is here. Watered all the little plants, watched the skyline slowly glow. The neighborhood kept breathing at an easy, steady flow. Dinner simmered without hurry, books were waiting on the shelf. Some evenings gently remind you how good it feels to be yourself. Didn't need a perfect ending, just the comfort of coming home. Before sunset, nothing left to chase. Home before sunset, leave the day outside. Home before sunset, everything is here. Tomorrow will bring another list to finish. Tonight belongs to softer things. Coming.
The sky stayed golden a little longer. Leaning on the balcony railing, watching rooftops catch the glow. Someone watered tiny flowers, someone tuned an old radio. Laundry danced like quiet flags, greeting every passing breeze. The neighborhood felt lighter without trying to be. Evening has its own language. You don't hear it when you're in a hurry. Last light balcony, like little stars. Kids were calling from the courtyard, echoes drifting through the dark. Dinner found me open windows, laughter across the narrow street. Funny how familiar evenings always feel complete. Didn't need a special reason, just enough sky to stand beneath last light balcony. Everything slows down, last light balcony. Golden all around, last light balcony. Stay another song. Tomorrow's sunrise will write another page. Tonight belongs to quiet gratitude. The evening wave before it left.
The sun stayed a little longer tonight. Leaned against the painted railing, watching rooftops catch the gold. Windows slowly filled with stories, none of them were ever told. Someone watered little flowers, someone tuned an old guitar. Even silence found a rhythm floating from a passing car. Maybe evenings know a secret, they never rush to disappear. Last light on the balcony, everything feels slow. Last light on the balcony, nowhere else to go. Last light on the balcony, stay until the stars. Laundry danced above the alley, birds were heading safely home. Coffee cups sat almost empty, still I didn't move at all. Every breeze brought tiny moments, too familiar to explain. Funny how the smallest sunsets never look the same. Didn't need a better view, the whole world was already here. Last night on the balcony, everything feels slow. Last night on the balcony, nowhere else to go. Last night on the balcony, stay until the stars. Tomorrow's worries can wait downstairs. Tonight belongs to open sky. The train was 5 minutes late. Platform wrapped in evening colors, backpacks resting by our feet. Someone reading chapter 20, someone humming to the beat. Headlights glowing through the distance, cold air drifting down the line. Funny how a small delay can hand a little extra time. Nothing borrowed, nothing planned, just another quiet gift hidden in the wait. Late train luck, slow enough to breathe. Late train luck, everything can wait. Late train luck found me right on time. Shared a smile with someone, laughing at the pigeon stealing fries. Watch the sunset paint the station, go beneath the city lights. The doors finally opened softly, everyone stepped in with ease. No one seemed to mind the minutes carried by the evening breeze. Maybe life keeps little treasures inside moments we almost rush through. Late train luck, slow enough to breathe. Late train luck, everything can wait. Late train luck found me right on time. Not every blessing arrives ahead of schedule. Some wear the shape of waiting patiently. Train luck, slow enough to breathe. Late train luck, I'll remember this right. Late train luck, meet me here again. Sometimes the best timing comes quietly. Monday surprised me this time. Same blue shirt and same front doorway, same old train across the bridge, same familiar morning playlist. Still somehow it all felt different. Coffee warm in both my hands, sunlight catching passing leaves. Even traffic moved like music, keeping easy company. Maybe nothing changed except the way I noticed. Maybe that's enough to change the whole day. Monday feels softer, take it nice and slow. Monday feels softer, more than yesterday. Monday feels softer, I'll be just fine. Someone held the elevator, someone waved across the hall. Tiny pieces of good fortune never seem so small. Notebook slowly filling up ideas, finding room to stay. Funny how the quiet mornings always know the way.
perfect start, just enough light to begin. Monday feels softer, take it nice and slow. Monday feels softer, more than yesterday. Monday feels softer, I'll be just fine. The week doesn't ask for everything at once. One peaceful morning can carry 7 days. Monday feels softer, take it nice and slow. Monday feels softer, walking into light. Monday feels softer, that's enough for me. See you next Monday morning.
The headline could wait. Folded paper on the table, steam was rising from the cup. Outside someone walked their beagle without trying to speed up. Sunlight touched the wooden floorboards, one bright square beside my feet. Every ordinary detail somehow felt complete. The world can wait another minute. This little morning already has enough. Morning newspaper fold, take another page. Morning newspaper fold, slow enough to smile. Morning newspaper fold, stay a little while. I didn't finish every article, didn't read the weather twice. Spent more time just watching shadows travel softly through the light. Neighbor watered little flowers, radio played down the hall. Nothing planned became the memory I remembered most of all. Funny how the quiet chapters always become the favorite ones. Morning newspaper fold, take another page. Morning newspaper fold, slow enough to smile. Morning newspaper fold, stay a little while. Tomorrow's stories will arrive breeze showed up before the music did. Curtains dancing without asking, morning spilling on the floor, plants leaning toward the sunlight like they've seen this day before. The kettle softly starts singing, books are waiting by the chair. Nothing special on the calendar, still it feels like something's there. Maybe peace never knocks too loud. Maybe it arrives like light through an open window. Open window season, let the whole room breathe. Open window season, everything comes easy here. Open window season, stay a little longer. Neighbor whistles down the hallway, someone rides a rusty bike. Fresh laundry moving with the weather, clouds taking their unhurried time. Coffee leaves a fading circle on the notebook by my hand. Funny how the smallest mornings always understand. Didn't chase the moment, didn't make a plan. It simply found me right where I am. Open window season, let the whole room breathe. Open window season, everything comes easy here. Open window season, stay a little longer. Someday this morning will only live in memory, but today it's quietly enough. Open window season, let the whole room breathe. Open window season, every little thing belongs. Open window season, carry it all day. Leave the window open tomorrow. Funny how the slow days and always know my name. Sneakers finding easy corners, morning drifting without plans. Neighborhood still stretching softly like it's waking, one smile at a time. Bakery doors already open, warm bread floating through the air. Someone waves across the street like they got nowhere else to be. Maybe the best hours never ask for much. They simply leave the front door open and wait for us to walk outside. Pocket full of Sunday, nothing heavy left to hold. Pocket full of Sunday, every minute turns to gold. Pocket full of Sunday, take a little home. Coffee cooling on the railing, clouds deciding where to go. Didn't cross a single item off the list I made last night. Still somehow the day feels fuller than the busy ones before. Turns out turns to gold. Pocket full of Sunday, take a little home. The calendar keeps calling, tomorrow always will, but today belongs to breathing, standing perfectly still. Full of Sunday, nothing heavy left to hold. Pocket full of Sunday, leave a little space for joy. Pocket full of Sunday, I'll remember this. Sundays fit right in your pocket. The clouds finally made a little room. Morning lingered on the rooftops after yesterday's long rain. Puddles caught the passing sunlight like they never knew the gray. Someone rolled the cafe windows open to the quiet breeze. Fresh ground coffee filled the sidewalk with familiar melodies. And maybe hope looks exactly like this, a little opening where you least expect it. Pocket of blue sky right above today. Pocket of blue sky, everything feels new. Pocket of blue sky, carry me along. Office lights began to shimmer, conversations found their pace. Someone left a tiny flower on the corner of the desk. Didn't change the whole direction, didn't solve the week ahead. Still that little piece of color stayed inside my head. Funny how one quiet moment can brighten everything around it. Ooh, pocket of blue sky right above today. Pocket of blue sky, everything feels new. Pocket of blue sky, carry me along. Tomorrow might bring another cloudy morning. I'll remember there's always room for light. Pocket of blue sky, right above today. Pocket of blue sky, follow me around. Pocket of blue sky, stay a little while. Sometimes, that's all the weather we need. The rain arrived exactly on time. Stop roof and borrowed silence, tiny circles in the street. Someone folded up a newspaper, someone tapped a quiet beat. Umbrellas bloom like little gardens, colors floating through the gray. Nobody seemed disappointed by the slower kind of day. Funny how the sky can change without changing how we feel inside. Rain between stops, take your time. Rain between stops, nothing's running late. Rain between stops, stay with me a while. Coffee shop across the corner, fog collecting on the glass. Someone traced a little smile, then watched another stranger laugh. Traffic hummed a softer chorus, shoes made music on the stone. Even waiting felt like moving when the rain became the song. Didn't lose a single minute, found the moment instead. Rain between stops, take your time. Rain between stops, nothing's running late. Rain between stops, stay with me a while. Maybe every shower leaves something shining. Not because the world changed, because we slowed enough to see it. Rain between stops, take your time. Rain between stops, every drop belongs. Rain between stops, walk me all the way home. The clouds knew exactly what they were doing. I found yesterday folded in my pocket. Old receipt inside my jacket, coffee dated weeks ago. Funny how a little paper can remember what we don't. Walk back to that tiny cafe, corner table by the glass. Morning sunlight looked familiar, like no time had really passed. Some memories don't need photographs, they quietly hide in ordinary things. Receipt in my jacket, keeping little days. Receipt in my jacket, nothing goes away. Receipt in my jacket, worth more than it seems.
cup became a bookmark for the life that's happening now. Never thought I'd thank a receipt until somehow maybe home isn't just a place. Maybe it's a familiar routine. Receipt in my jacket, keeping little days. Receipt in my jacket, nothing goes away. Receipt in my jacket, worth more than it seems. Years from now, it won't be the paper, it'll be the feeling it carries. Receipt in my jacket, keeping little days. Receipt in my jacket, I'll smile every time. Receipt in my jacket, fold it once again. Some memories fit inside a pocket. Turn where I usually don't. A narrow street behind the market, flower boxes on the walls, open windows playing old records somewhere down the quiet block. Laundry dancing in the sunshine, bicycles against the fence. Every doorway seemed to whisper, take your time instead. Maybe peace lives off the main road, waiting softly to be noticed. Side street breeze, take me anywhere. Side street breeze, every corner smiles. Side street breeze, slow is beautiful. Children drawing colored sidewalks, someone tuning up a guitar. Fresh bread drifting through the alley like it knew exactly where we are. Nothing famous, nothing grand, just a neighborhood holding out its hand. Funny how the smallest places leave the biggest memories behind. Side street breeze, take me anywhere. Side street breeze, every corner smiles. Side street breeze, slow is beautiful.
had a rhythm today. Shoes tapping different stories, crosswalk counting gentle time, cycling bells and passing laughter. Everything arrives together. Morning breeze through open windows, someone watering little flowers, taxi rolling like a bass line, city breathing soft and slow. Nothing rehearsed, nothing arranged, still somehow everything belongs. Sidewalk symphony, every step finds its place. Sidewalk symphony, no one's rushing anymore. Sidewalk symphony, life sounds better this way. Old cafe with painted chairs, someone riding by the glass, sunlight dancing on the pavement, turning shadows into music. Two friends laughing at nothing, someone reading on a bench. Every face another melody, every block another verse. Maybe happiness always sounded like this, hidden underneath the ordinary noise. Sidewalk symphony, every step finds its place. Sidewalk symphony, no one's rushing anymore. Sidewalk symphony, life sounds better this way. You don't have to search for beautiful things, sometimes they pass beside you, keeping perfect time. Sidewalk symphony, every step finds its place. Sidewalk symphony, let the whole day gently swing. Sidewalk symphony, walking home with a smile. The next chorus is just around the corner. The lights came on before I noticed the sky. Even leaning on the buildings, windows glowing one by one. Somewhere someone starts the dishes, someone else just finished work. Buses humming through the crossroads, old cafe still pouring tea. Every face is heading somewhere, no one's really walking fast. There's a language only evenings know, written softly in the streets below. Streetlight letters written on the road. Streetlight letters telling me slow down. Streetlight letters, read them as you go. Little grocery in the corner, flower shop about to close. Someone folding up the table, someone laughing on the phone. Nothing special was supposed to happen today. Tuesday, sitting in the kitchen, toast still warming on the plate. Calendar looked ordinary, like 100 days the same. Then the sunlight crossed the table, caught the flowers by the sink, turned the whole room into something I forgot I needed. Maybe beauty never asked permission. Maybe it simply shows up anyway. Tuesday bloom, growing where you are. Tuesday bloom, little by little. Tuesday bloom, that's enough for me. Walk the usual way to work, past the same familiar trees. Someone played a saxophone somewhere hidden down the street. Didn't stop to change the world, didn't need a grand surprise. Just a melody reminding me to open up my eyes. Funny how the smallest moments can quietly become the story. Tuesday bloom, growing where you are. Tuesday bloom, little by little. Tuesday bloom, that's enough for me. Every week has one forgotten day. Maybe that's exactly where wonder likes to Tuesday bloom, growing where you are. Tuesday bloom, carry on with grace. Tuesday bloom, see you next week. Even ordinary days know how to bloom. The lights stay red a little longer. People gathered on the corner, coffee cups and canvas bags. Morning breathing through the city without asking us to rush. Someone fixed a bicycle helmet, someone tied a little shoe. Someone smiled into the sunlight like the whole sky smiled back too. Funny how a moment standing still can quietly become the best part of the walk. Waiting for the crosswalk, nothing standing still. Waiting for the crosswalk, life keeps moving gently. Waiting for the crosswalk, take a look around. Green leaves dancing overhead, windows opening upstairs. Fresh bread floating from the bakery, music drifting through the square. Didn't cross the street just yet, didn't really want to. Some places
Others ask for footsteps, others ask for you. Maybe every pause holds its own rhythm if we let it play a little longer. Waiting for the crosswalk, nothing's standing still. Waiting for the crosswalk, life keeps moving gently. Waiting for the crosswalk, take a look around. The world keeps offering small invitations. Most of them arrive while we're standing still. Waiting for the crosswalk, nothing standing still. Waiting for the crosswalk, carry this with you. Waiting for the crosswalk, the light will turn soon. Sometimes the waiting is the destination.
This table knows all my best mornings. Wooden table by the window, coffee leaving tiny rings, notebook waiting for tomorrow while today quietly sings. Morning light across the pages, soft enough to read my mind. Nothing asking to be finished, nothing asking me to climb. Maybe dreams grow a little stronger when they're given room to breathe. Wooden table morning, everything begins. Wooden table morning, slow enough to smile. Wooden table morning, right where I belong. Neighbor cycling past the corner, fresh breeze through the open screen. Radio from someone's kitchen, playing softly in between. Filled another page with thoughts, crossed out nothing after all. Turns out every little sentence helped me stand a little tall. Funny how the quiet hours always know exactly what we need.